Hello, my name is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this broadcast. I have a question for you, and this is related to spiritual health. When is the last time that you experienced God doing the impossible in you? When is the last time that you are asking the question a little bit differently? When is the last time that you dared to do what seemed like the impossible with you? So the theme of this little reflection is God wants to do the impossible in you and in me. And the goal that I have in sharing this is to challenge us, to challenge you, to open your heart to be used by God to do things that are way beyond you. Now, if the only thing that you ever did with your life is sat around and kind of stayed within yourself, God would love you with complete abandon, with everything that He is, and there's not one thing that you could do that would help God to love you more than He already does. So this isn't a matter of earning God's love, but it is a matter of experiencing God's love, because it is in the doing of what He wants us to do that we experience His love much more deeply. So for many of us, we have this sort of a hint of what we're being asked to do by God. And there's a part of us that doubts that I can do it, or I don't want to do it, or I'm afraid to do it. Some feeling is holding me back, or some serious doubt. And I don't really believe completely that God will help me through the situation. So my encouragement to you is to discover one thing that you think is beyond your reach right now, but you think that God is wanting you to do. Now, think about ways of loving other people, loving one person. Just think of one person that you could love more fully, more completely. Um, Maybe a whole group of people, but something that seems beyond you and something that may even seem impossible. If you step out and start to attempt to do this thing out of your own love for God and expressing your love for God, you're expressing your trust for God, you will start to experience uh, a powerful energy of God's love flowing through you. Not that He's loving you more, but you're now experiencing it as you're walking with Him, doing what He wants you to do. It's when we're doing what He wants us to do that we are being His hands, His feet, His eyes. And I encourage you to step beyond where you're at right now into the zone of the impossible, to do things that there's a nudge, there's a hint in you that you're supposed to be doing this out of love for God, out of an attempt to follow Him more closely, out of an attempt to enlarge His kingdom, and especially at this time when there is so much um, turmoil going on in our world. God wants us to step out and do the impossible through His help and through His strength, not on our own strength. But once we start to step out, to be depending on that power coming from God to do that impossible thing. And usually it's going to be connected to loving somebody in some situation in a way that is more bold and more risky than what I've done before. So I wish you well with this idea. I hope that it serves you well as you think about it. God bless and have a good day.